So this is Anand, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's Anand.
Anand. Anand.
Anand.
Anand.
Anand.
Sorry,
So when you
I'm-
watch the spiritual cult documentaries where the Hindu cult comes and takes over, when the white guy gets a fake name, they put Shri Ananda Michael Stevenson. Ananda means joy.
Happiness, yeah.
means
Incense.
happiness.
Anand,
Anand.
introduce yourself. Who are you? We've been introduced to you by Amish, but I think he's probably lied about you like he does everybody else and everything
I said
else.
he's been in every single cult.
Who are you?
So yeah, my name is Anand. I live in California, but I grew up in India. So I was born here, grew up in India for many years, and I've been back here for the last 8 years or so.
Is it true you've
And-
been in every cult?
Not every, but I recently got out of a cult.
Really? Which one?
Yes. Well, this is, I don't know if you've heard this, but I listened to you on Jordan Harbinger's podcast, and he's talked about this as well, because he had a cult expert on his show.
Mhm.
And there's something called, they call it like large group awareness trainings. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
No, what's that?
It's like these personal development, almost seminars, but it's full on brainwashing. And it's been around since the 70s actually, and the guy who started it came from Scientology. But I found all of this out later.
What do they do?
Well, it's marketed as a personal development or leadership course. That's why I
Okay.
joined, because I'm an entrepreneur. So I'm like, okay, I could use some help with leadership.
They said leadership, you got a cult.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, I could use some leadership, right? So, but I mean, I've actually met so many of these fake gurus in person. Like many of the people you talk about, I've actually met them in person. Like if you go back to my channel, there's videos with them. No, but this cult, if you Google LGAT, which stands for Large Group Awareness Trainings, you'll find a Wikipedia article with a complete list of them. But there's so many of them. They've been around since the 70s. And what they do is first of all, they have these, they have this very hardcore recruiting model, right? So members recruit each other, but then they almost brainwash you into believing that they use the term enrollment, like if you life is an enrollment game. If you are able to enroll people, then that's how you become a leader. So these people are so desperate to change and become leaders or personal development that they'll do anything.
So they become the recruiters.
Exactly. So it's a very sinister marketing model where.
What was the name of the cult, like specifically?
It's all the same training. They license it from a particular.
Do you not
type
want to
of
say
training
who it
firm.
is specifically or what?
No, I think this one's called large group awareness training. And Anna, I think you were telling me about this too before, where it's like these groups are trying to stay hidden. Unlike other people, these guys actually try to stay hidden.
Well, wait.
So
So
they
the
operate under
generic
one-
group is just called Large Group Awareness Training. That's the name of the thing.
It's all the same training. They operate under different names, different instructors. Sometimes they license it from each other.
Yeah.
But it's exactly the same. I think one of the biggest companies is called Landmark, which I haven't been through, but Landmark is like a $50 million company.
My roommate went to Landmark.
50
went
million.
to the opening.
They're rocking 50 million a year.
50 million, baby. They get the sales. Their whole thing is recruitment. It's brainwashing other people into signing up. But Anand, tell us a story about the mom and daughter team that signed up and the price difference. So funny.
Yeah, I mean, the regular price for this program, at least the one that I went through, they were upfront with the pricing. But usually how it works is they get you in for like a free seminar, meaning your friend gets you, hey, you want to come for my meeting? So they do that. Then
My buddy went to that, yeah.
Then they sell you on a $500 phase 1 course.
Okay.
And in that course, they really brainwash you and expose everything that's wrong with you. Like, I literally felt that. I was like, wow, my life is like complete crap right now. I'm like doing all these things wrong.
They're dissing you.
And-
Their job, dude. How can I get in this? I want to do this. Where like you get people in, and you're like, hey, what's wrong with you? It's even worse than we thought.
Oh yeah, they do a
in
lot
the
of
vow.
these meditative exercises to
horrible.
really break down.
Yeah. Like in the vow, he had systems of getting vulnerable information out of you and then using it to kind of blackmail you after. But what these guys are doing, it sounds like, Anand, is they're collecting data. They're breaking your spirit and brainwashing you to believe that you need them by making you continuously live through and go over and over again like traumatic experiences.
That's right. Yeah, they make you relive a lot of your traumatic experiences. They do all these like hypnosis and all these kinds of things.
Oh,
And by the end of the training, you're like, you'll do anything, right? And then they'll upsell you onto the next program, the next level, which is like 1,500. And then they'll upsell you to one more, which is 2,500. And then I just finished the whole thing because I wanted to see it through, but I was like very hesitant.
what did you pay? Can we get a number on that, Anand? Sorry.
Yeah, I got a discount. I paid like 3,700 for the whole
Okay.
thing.
Hey, got the discount. Got the discount.
Everyone gets the discount.
No, but watch this. This is so funny.
What?
Yeah, but the actual price is 5,000. There was a few people who joined at that 5,000 rate, and then at the end of it, when everything was over, like they basically tell you, they put pressure on you to enroll, right? Enroll. They use the term enroll, and you gotta enroll people. You know, like don't be selfish. You are helping them, all that kind of stuff, and they literally brainwash you.
Don't be selfish. Get your friend
Yeah,
in
they're
the
like,
call.
you gotta
Don't
be
selfish.
generous. You know, be in your generous energy.
Wow, really?
Don't
They
keep all
talk
this
about
cold
stuff like
good
that.
shit
They
to
talk about
yourself.
generous energy and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
no lie.
You're helping others. That's what the vow did too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that
Anand,
$3,700 is a discount. What a joke.
That's so funny. So 3,700. But dude, tell them about the last buyers.
Yeah, and then when everything got over, they were like, they gave even a bigger discount just as a last ditch effort, because they know that the program's over, so we can't pressure them anymore, because every single week they pressure you to enroll. Like, so these calls, these personal development calls, as they call them, they teach you good things, but then they twist it around to fit their agenda. Meaning, like they say, okay, the number one thing is integrity. You should, when you declare something, you got to follow through with it. I mean, it sounds good in theory, right? But then they're like, who are you going to declare to enroll this week? Whose life are you going to save?
They got you saying it.
So,
You just said that you have integrity. And then you said you're going to enroll someone. So
yeah, so there's peer pressure, right? Everyone in the group's like, oh, I'm going to enroll my mom this week. And then they put pressure. Did you enroll your mom? Don't be selfish. Or, you know, your own limiting beliefs are stopping you from enrolling people. And this is why your life sucks, because you can't enroll people in it.
Okay. But go on.
As a last ditch effort, they gave a bigger discount of like made it like 2,200 or something, because they know that they're not gonna be able to pressure us. So
Yeah.
they're like, okay, if you know anyone, just tell them it's gonna be 2,200. And there's literally people in the program who paid 5,000.
And
There's a
they're
lady
just sitting
who,
right there. They're sitting
So they're the $5,000 people. Amish, this is like your favorite thing ever.
I
The
love
$5,000 people are sitting there who paid $5,000 as the people are like, all right, you know what? It's the end of the seminar. Get it for $2,000. That's what you're telling me? So
Yeah,
are they
you could-
rioting? They must be pissed.
they were. There's this one lady who enrolled her daughter because they were pressuring her, and she paid 5,000 for herself and her daughter. So she paid 10 grand for this training. And then, and of course they try to upsell you. And at the end of the program, it's like a 4-month thing overall. And at the end of the program, they were like, this is only 10%. If you want to get to that remaining 90%, you can either volunteer for us and become a coach, or you can join, they call it a PhD program. And I'm like, what's a PhD?
Did you get the PhD?
You get a PhD from these guys? Because
Yeah.
you know I got my degree from Harvard, but I would love a PhD.
What?
from
Okay, all right. Here, Anand, we got to take some personal accountability here. Why did you join the PhD program? What were you thinking?
Did you join
I didn't join it, no.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
No, but they were upselling me to it. Or
I mean,
you can volunteer.
3,700. It's a lot. Like nobody's letting. But hey, you made a mistake. You're a child of the Most High God, and nobody should feel ashamed of this. And you're in a vulnerable spot, dude. You're in California. It's burning down, and these guys got you in these 12-hour. So Stephen, this is not only are they making you relive shit, but how long is one seminar, dude?
So yeah, these are 12 to 15-hour days, and
Oh,
I did some research and I looked into why they do this, and it's a form of mental. It's full on manipulation, but they completely,
Yeah, because
even
they
if you're
drain
very
you.
strong,
They want to drain you.
exactly. And it goes on for like 4 days, 12-hour days, really stressful, super high
Wow.
pressure. They make you relive a lot of memories, and then you just give up control. And like, these guys will save me, basically. And
Wow.
I felt that.
And COVID didn't stop them. They just did it on
No.
Zoom.
So you go to this
ahead,
place,
Anand.
you're getting brainwashed. When do you realize it's a scam? Is it when they start meeting you with people?
So
Amish.
here's the thing, right? I've always almost been like anti groupthink. That's just my nature, right? Even in school, I was like, never went along with the crowd. But in this case, I was like in a pretty like vulnerable situation because I was really trying to improve myself, and they basically manipulated me. And at first I thought it does seem like a bit of a cult, but I guess it's okay. But when I really woke up was when they started to ask us to recruit people, because I'm in marketing, right? And I even told them in front of everyone, I'm like, hey, I'm a marketer and I know how these things work, and it seems like you guys are just making us do like free marketing now.
Yes.
And of course they know how to manipulate you, so they twist it around. They're like, oh, how are you doing free marketing for us? You're just helping other people. Didn't you benefit from this program? All that. So they're like, don't be selfish, this is
You're
not about
selfish.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're being selfish, being negative.
Well,
I
and
get
you-
negative a lot.
I think like that movie showed, the people at the top, they're psychopaths, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And
There's a few trainers who run under different names. So this other girl who made a video, Emily Hayden, she's a fitness YouTuber.
Right.
The one that I went through had the same instructor. So they operate under different names, different companies, and they're the ones who make the money. Whereas all the assistants, they have all volunteers because they promise them, hey, you're gonna get to that 90%.
so the trainers are the ones making the money, like the true trainers,
The
not
top
the
trainers, yeah.
not the assistants.
Not the
Yeah.
assistants.
That's
and
wild.
it's a very sinister business model because you get people to volunteer for you for free now, so you don't have to pay them, and you get your own members to recruit more people. So it's like a whole cycle, and every season people who graduate get the opportunity to become a coach or assistant for them. So
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the James Clare guy too. He's talking about all these courses you can sell, and it almost seems like even on those things, at some point, people go, "Okay, I can sell people on MLM. I can sell people on this fake product. I can do that." Or, "Hey, let's just cut out the middleman, and I'm just going to sell them on selling, on selling, on selling." Like, just go, you sell.
Stop even making it. There is no product. I'm just selling on selling.
Why are we bullshitting this? Screw
Yeah.
it. Cut out the middleman. That level of me respects it, because I'm like, at least they're not selling me $10,000 worth of like garbage to do. They make you do their shit though. In the vow, he had a whole curriculum. He had a mind control class, and they're paying him money to take the classes. I couldn't believe it, dude. And they all, do they rip each other's curriculum? You were kind of talking about that on them, where the curriculum comes
a
from.
lot of the training is licensed, so it's the same training from the 70s that you see. I think it was called EST back in the day. The guy who founded it was from Scientology. So some people call this like Scientology Lite online. If you go on Reddit or something, that's what they call it. But yeah, it's very sinister and very manipulative. Like, unless you have some level of self-awareness, you probably will get brainwashed. And I saw all these guys in the group. There was about 100 people. They all got like brainwashed by the end of it. Almost all of them.
100 people in the Zoom, and they paid minimum $2,200 each.
I just can't believe people are getting away with people go. Like, I get the in-person thing, why you might get caught into that, but how do you fall for the Zoom?
I mean, this was the first time they did it on Zoom. I never signed up for the Zoom thing though.
In Anand's defense, they told you it was in person. Then COVID hits. You got to go to Zoom. You've paid the money at this point.
Yeah, exactly.